Hello friends, and welcome back to the Global Defense Report. Today, we're diving into a massive development for Ukraine's air power. France and Ukraine have just signed a new agreement for the potential sale of up to 100 Rafale fighters. This comes on top of a previous announcement for 150 Swedish Gripen jets. But this raises a huge question. Is Ukraine truly capable of acquiring and operating such a large and diverse fleet of modern aircraft? Let's break it down. In recent months, Ukraine has been working tirelessly to modernize its armed forces, with a special focus on its air force. This is absolutely critical, as it nests the country's main line of defense against Russia's constant drone and cruise missile attacks. After signing a letter of intent to purchase up to 150 Swedish Gripen fighters, Ukraine has now taken another bold step. During President Zelensky's recent visit to Paris, his 9th meeting with President Macron since the invasion began, an agreement was signed for Ukraine to potentially acquire up to 100 French Rafale F4 fighters over the next few years. This ambitious plan to completely rebuild Ukraine's air force with modern Western jets has sparked a lot of debate. Is it actually feasible for Ukraine to buy and operate such a large number of state-of-the-art aircraft? And just as importantly, how will all of this be paid for? The first and most obvious hurdle is the price tag. 100 Rafale jets would be incredibly expensive. To give you some perspective, back in 2021, the United Arab Emirates bought 80 Rafales for roughly $16 billion. And that price didn't even include the weapons, which can add billions more to the final bill. So the challenge isn't just the initial purchase price. It's also the long-term cost of maintaining a large fleet of advanced 4.5 generation fighters. This includes missiles, bombs, spare parts, and extensive pilot training. Ukraine is considering a creative solution, using frozen Russian assets to help finance the deal. However, the European Union hasn't fully committed to this plan yet, which leaves a major question mark over the funding. It seems highly unlikely that European nations would be willing to pay for such an enormous fleet directly out of their own pockets, so finding a sustainable financial model is key. Now, let's talk about the jet itself. The Rafale F4 is the newest production version, and it's a beast. It's a highly advanced multirole aircraft designed for network-centric warfare. It features upgraded sensors, encrypted communication systems, an improved radar, and advanced electro-optical systems. Pilots get a new helmet-mounted display, and the jet is compatible with the new Mika-NG air-to-air missile and the powerful 1-ton AASM precision bomb. These upgrades make the Rafale an excellent choice for Ukraine. It's a powerhouse in both air-to-air dogfights and for striking ground targets deep behind enemy lines. Plus, the Rafale is the platform used to launch the SCALPEG cruise missile. This is one of France's most advanced conventional weapons, and it's a system Ukraine has already used with great success against high-value Russian targets. Getting more platforms capable of firing these missiles would be a huge advantage. Meanwhile, Ukraine's potential acquisition of Swedish Gripen fighters adds another layer to this complex equation. Sweden has committed to selling up to 150 Gripens, which are lightweight, highly capable fighters designed for easy operation and rapid turnaround times on the ground. They are known for being able to operate from dispersed, even austere, airfields, which is a massive plus for Ukraine. However, deliveries aren't expected to begin for about 3 years, which might be too late given Ukraine's urgent needs on the battlefield right now. This brings us to a major logistical and operational challenge. Adding two completely different Western platforms, the French Rafale and the Swedish Gripen, is a monumental task. Each aircraft requires unique training programs, separate maintenance systems and supply chains, and a distinct arsenal of weapons. Ukraine's Air Force and ground crews are already stretched thin. They are doing an incredible job operating their legacy fleet of Soviet-era MiG-29s and Sukhoi Su-27s, while also preparing to integrate the incoming American F-16s and French Mirage 2000s. Introducing two more entirely new fighter types on top of that might be overwhelming, even for a country that has shown remarkable adaptability and ingenuity throughout this conflict. Training pilots and maintenance crews for the Rafale, in particular, will be a major hurdle. It's a far more complex aircraft than most of the fighters Ukraine currently operates. Ensuring a constant and reliable supply of spare parts and advanced weapons will also be a serious challenge as the war drags on and global supply chains are put under strain. Operational costs are another massive issue. Unlike the Gripen or the F-16, which are both known for their relatively affordable operation and maintenance costs, the Rafale is one of the most expensive 4.5 generation fighters to keep in the air. Its twin-engine design and highly sophisticated systems require more maintenance hours and more expensive parts. Sustaining a large fleet of Rafales long-term will be a significant financial burden that Ukraine and its partners will need to plan for carefully. From a geopolitical perspective, however, this agreement is a big win. It significantly strengthens the ties between France and Ukraine. It reinforces Paris's role as one of Kyiv's most committed supporters. France has already provided critical military equipment, like the SAMP-T air defense system, and this deal deepens that partnership with extensive political, financial, and diplomatic support. It sends a clear message that Europe is committed to Ukraine's long-term security. But we have to come back to the critical question. Can Ukraine realistically build and sustain an air force of more than 300 fighters? This would include its existing MiGs and Sukhoi, plus the incoming F-16s, Mirages, Gripens, and now potentially Rafales. The financial, logistical, and operational demands would be absolutely enormous. It would be a challenge for even the wealthiest and most established air forces in the world. And although European support is essential, many uncertainties remain about the long-term financing and the practical viability of such an ambitious modernization plan. There's also the industrial capacity to consider. The manufacturers, Dassault for the Rafale and Saab for the Gripen, are already overloaded with contracts for other countries. Ramping up production to meet Ukraine's needs on an accelerated timeline could face serious industrial bottlenecks. One possible solution could be providing second-hand aircraft to bridge the gap. But so far, neither France nor Sweden has officially suggested that this is being considered. With so many geopolitical challenges, financial hurdles, and operational limitations, the road ahead for Ukraine's Air Force will be far from easy. But this decision shows something incredibly important. It shows that Ukraine and its European partners are not standing still. They are thinking long-term and are constantly seeking new, innovative, and ambitious solutions to ensure Ukraine can defend itself and deter future aggression. It's a bold statement of intent for the future of European security. What do you think about this massive plan? Can Ukraine pull it off? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates from the Global Defense Report. We'll see you in the next one.